What's going on, y'all? We got another episode, day 2. This is my pole day. I'm warming up here with Indian club swings. I believe it's called the inside cast. Don't quote me on that. This is how I warm up my shoulders for every upper body day, which is pretty much every day. But I have 2 core days, so on the push and pull days, I make sure to get my shoulders nice and lubricated and whatnot. And these are the Conor McGregors. And they're the Conor McGregors because that's literally what they are. He loves doing this. I find it really helps me out with my shoulders, helps me get loose and ready for the workouts, because I have a history of nagging shoulder injuries, and this helps out a lot when warming up my shoulders. Up first for the pull day, we have wide grip pull-ups, 5 sets of 3 to 6 reps. And as you can see here, I'm a big fan of full range of motion. Whenever you're doing movements and workouts, especially calisthenics, try your best to do the full range of motion of whatever movement you're doing. So this is my 3rd set actually. I guess I forgot to hit record on my 2nd set. Just take my word for it, I did it. But it was really easy. I hit my top range for my 2nd set. So here I am with my 3rd one, 10-pound weight vest. Definitely felt it right away, but just try your best to get full range of motion. For this next set, I'm not gonna lie, the 2 sets of the weight vest kind of were, so I deal with nerve pain like the back of my neck, and it was starting to flare up and starting to be irritated. So now instead of using the weight vest, I just paused at the top range of motion, and then I slowed the eccentric. So that's another way of progressing. Up next, we got inverted rows, 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps. These, they feel really good, but I've had issues with these. Like you're gonna be able to see in all of my sets, I have different form. But these, when you get the proper form down, and when you're really feeling it in your back, it's an absolute banger of an exercise. As you can see in this set, I have my feet way more out in front of me. I kind of felt like this was more ideal. Like I started to feel more of a stimulus in my back when I did this. So I'll probably start doing that from now on. But either way, every set of these is really tough, but it's a great way to just only involve your back and not use any surrounding muscles. Alright, up next we have my favorite exercise, is the chin up. 3 sets, 4 to 6 reps. As you can see on this first set, I use my rings because I'm a big fan of rings, because it helps your body move, like your joints specifically, move more naturally instead of like on a fixed position like how a bar would. But I'm not gonna lie, the first set I felt it a lot in my lats, and so I had to make an executive decision and change to using the bar up top. And you can literally see in my form, I'm using way more biceps now instead of my lats. So I really had to fight this last rep. Look at this. Oh my goodness. That was exhausting. I'm getting tired just watching me do that. Up next, we have the neutral grip pull-up. So this one I love because I don't have a neutral grip like a placement on my bar, but I can use the rings for neutral grip. And when I try to lean back as far as possible, so I use strictly in my back, and that's why I didn't end up meeting the 5 to 8 rep range. I could only do 3 or 4 max, because at this point my back was absolutely exhausted. Look at this. Yeah, I was fighting for every rep, but I love it though because I was using strictly back, no shoulders, nothing else. Whenever doing those, I 100% recommend leaning back as much as possible. And I couldn't leave y'all hanging without the physique check. Obviously, I look pretty much the same as I did yesterday. I know there's not going to be a drastic change, but I'm definitely looking more pumped up. Especially, I love looking at the pump on back days. Look at that, it looks incredible. But, obviously I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but, day by day progress. I'm excited to see, I'm excited to look back on these videos like 3 to 4 months down the line. And then to finish off the workout, we have 3 sets, 45 seconds of suitcase carries. These are very ideal to cool down and, just finish off the workout. Very good for your core. You have to, in order for me to stand up straight and walk straight, I have to actively engage my core to not bend over to the side where the dumbbell's not on. So it's very, very good for just overall body function. But yeah, this is pretty much just me walking back and forth. This is a great way to cool off after a hard workout because, I don't know, I just feel like being outside in nature, walking with your bare feet just feels very primal, and I enjoy these parts of the workouts. You're going to see a lot of this in my upcoming workouts that I got. Would you look at that, the sun came out. Very beautiful day. Finished up the workout. That's all, guys. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for my core workout.